We're live now. Hey everyone, greetings and blessed love. Welcome to another Sunday or Poetry Sundays with the Life Circle Poets. Poetry Sundays with Life Circle Poets. We have a full house today. We have some amazing guests in the house, as we always do. And they're going to be bringing poetry, and we're going to do some interviews to find out where they came from, what inspired the poetry, what inspired their life, where they're going right now, what they're doing. So I just want to say thank you for joining us. We want to give thanks for the ancestors, our spirit guides, our parents, families, friends, and everyone who's out there listening and supporting. We just want to say another Sunday is here. This is the last Sunday in August, and things are changing. So we're hoping that our Poetry Sundays can give you some release, some relief, and some joy in this time of confusion. We're going to get started as we speak. Again, like I said, we have a full house. We have our co-host, Barrington, who's going to say a couple of words before we get started. Thank you.
Well, yeah, greetings, everyone. Perfect love. Is it radio world, radio land? No, it's not radio. It's computer, phone, internet world. Greetings, everyone. Wherever you are, if you're in your bedroom, you're on a couch, or on your table, under the cellar, on the roof, we bring love and blessings. And we're going to do what we always do here on Poetry Sundays. We have a reasoning with some of Jamaica's most, and internationally as well, most talented poets, sharing their words, sharing their creative expression, sharing opinions. Right. So we're just gonna have an interview kind of vibe and reason and share stuff like that. So we'll go right into it without hesitation. Right. So Jamaica Green have already introduced herself. Today we have, as poets, we have Jamaica's, one of Jamaica's top poets, author and writer and Prime Minister awardee, Youth Awardee of the Year. Only for something. I'm gonna read it still, but yeah, man, our very own Antonia Valaire. Can you show your hand? Yeah, that's her. That's her. Blessings, welcome. All right, we have Mr. Ernel Grant. Blessings. We are from America, sir. You're a Jamaican living in America? Merrimaca? Quite so. All right, welcome forward, man. And we acknowledge the presence of our Empress. Empress, would you
Hello.
mind introducing yourself? I can't find the name. How you doing?
I'm good. My name is Empress Kes, or you can call me Africans. I have a lot of names. I have a lot of different names for the different things that I do. But I am an artist, fine arts and spoken word. And I am now living in Virginia, and I'm here to be on the show to share some words. Not long on.
Looking lovely, I must say. Looking lovely.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Very welcome. Mr. Kwesi, greetings to you. You can just say your hello as well. I don't know if you're muted. I'm not hearing you.
I don't know. I don't think I'm muted. Am I? Can you hear me now?
Yes, man. What go on?
Oh, we're going. How are you, brother?
I am doing good, man. I'm very blessed to be in the presence of your. Yeah, man.
Kwesi, you just said Wagwan, eh?
I tried to answer him back, but I didn't get the accent.
You did good. You did good, man.
It's a good time. It's a good start. Look like you might need some time in Jamaica, though, Kwesi.
I haven't been in Jamaica in it has to be at least 5 or 6 years.
Wow. Why so long?
I don't know why so long. It's been a long time.
Mm-hmm. So, Kwesi, it's Barrington's time to ask the questions, and we said that we're going to start out with the the wise eye, the wisest person in the group. Please don't feel away for us saying that, because no, we're honoring the fact that you have been on this plane, the longest of
Experience.
all of us right now.
It's
So
been a long time.
yeah, we want to honor you, and we want to hear about your journey and your story. But it's Barrington's time to act and interact with you. So here is Barrington.
Oh no, we're flexible. We're flexible. It's cool. Yeah, it's cool, man. So
Okay,
you're Mr.
okay.
Kwesi, please go ahead and introduce yourself, and let internet world know who is Kwesi Akosa.
Ah, I was born in New York City. My mom's is from Jamaica. My father's from the Virgin Islands. I always believe that to start with my story is to start with my parents. Um, I think I was a kind of a product of the 60s and the 70s. I first started writing poetry, I believe, probably like 12 or 13. From there, I caught a little bit of the Black arts movement. One of my mentors was John Watusi Branch. He's the executive director of the African Poetry Theater. He helped me out a lot with my writing. From there, I ended up in Connecticut, and from there, ended up in West Africa for a while. I think right now my head is at more. I could see myself eventually probably ended up in Africa, depending on how my 15-year-old daughter who's living with me wants to handle things. But I see myself probably in Gambia within the next couple of years. Right now, I'm just kind of chilling. Everybody's kind of holed up with this Corona thing. Fortunately, a couple of years ago, I got a nursing license in 2004, so I've still been working. So that's where my head is at right now. Keep working, keep writing, try to make a contribution to humanity, make life a better place for all of us. Kind of
Yes,
where my head
Tracy.
is at, just
Yes,
like
Tracy. Yes, thank
make
you
the
so
world a
much.
better.
I was saying that sounds extremely good. You're talking about Gambia, about Africa, and I'm thinking that right now everyone that I've spoken to is kind of looking towards the east, looking towards Africa. Um, Before we go much further, because this is a poetry show, I'm going to ask you to share a piece that you wrote in Gambia, just to challenge you, a piece that you wrote in Gambia for us, and then tell us about Gambia, a little bit about what life was like there compared to living here in the West.
I'm gonna share this piece because this piece I actually did write in Gambia, and it was kind of a collective poem. Um, it's called "The Slave Ship Jesus." The moon is pregnant again, overripe with ambition. The road is woven in bird songs, and the sea is singing a sweet, sweet harmony. It would be a good night to speak to the ancestors. But along came the Martha, as swift as a broken wind, carrying bits and pieces of me to Cuba, Brazil, Jamaica, America. Stamped with cattle, I was sold on auction blocks. I came to America on the slave ship Jesus, blessed in the name of a blonde-haired, blue-eyed, freak God who died for your sins. Through the doorway of no return I went, but I have returned. The sea blesses me in blackness, and last night I gave every star a name. Yesterday I spoke with Rastafari for 8 hours. Don't ask me what we spoke about. That's why they're called the mysteries. Moses came over for breakfast, and Jesus stopped in just to see what we were doing. And yesterday I spoke with my moms. She told me her and Harriet Tubman were homegirls. Malcolm X is doing just fine. Marcus Garvey is contemplating being born again. And Dr. King is the leader of the choir of the heavenly host. And today I feel so black, from the top of my happy head to the bottom of my crusty feet, because African soil is in my soul, and I am proud to be black. I am proud to be beautiful. I am proud to be African.
Wow. If you're muted, please unmute. Wow.
That was beautiful.
Crazy.
Very nice. Very
Yeah,
nice.
man.
Very powerful.
Yeah, man.
Very visual.
Say it
Thanks.
again, African. What you say again, please?
I said very visual. The
Yeah, what you
visuals were
see,
beautiful.
Africans?
So
I could see all the things he was talking about, especially I like when he said it was black and he
Yeah,
gave all the stars a name. Is that how you put it? That was that just put me right there in that space where you go and you
Yes,
need to get
thank you.
there. That's nice. I heard the stars
hey,
in
I had
Africa are just like
a
so bright.
experience in Africa with the stars where it was just mind-boggling. It was just jet black, and I really felt that I could give every star a name. There was no lights, and it was just an experiment where you actually feel that you're one with the cosmos. It was
Wow.
just
Nice.
everyone should have that type of experience because I was out there by myself and I did a lot of wandering around in Africa. I find this kind of camp and I was the only one there for the night. And I just counted the stars. It was one of the most beautiful human experiences I've ever had.
I've heard.
Mm. Mhm. Yeah, I've experienced, because here in America, people don't really see how close we are, or we don't see the stars very
No,
often. Going to Jamaica and the other day going to Cuba, like being in that place, the stars were so close. It was so vivid. So I'm wondering if it's the smog around America or if it's because, Africa is really closer to the stars or, because of less smog, less pollution.
I think
But
it's a combination of both. I have another theory that, we're just in darkness. Um, if you're just in darkness, yeah, you're going to have trouble seeing the stars. That in combination with all the pollution.
Mhm. Okay. Okay, thank you so much. Now,
Love the
just to
piece,
go on
man.
a little bit more.
Love that piece. Yeah, just had to jump in, interjecting somewhat. I like how Kwesi kind of, what should I say, tie in Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, these revolutionary African people, because these people identify themselves as Africans. I like how he tied them into the whole reasoning and still connecting with the universe, the cosmos. That's genius, man. That's very brilliant. You
Thank you,
Yeah.
know,
bro.
And then
love
Marcus
that.
Garvey is thinking about being reborn.
Yeah, I like that too. That's a
Yeah, man,
powerful line.
that's are well connected because, to tell a secret, I am supposed to find the next Marcus Garvey. We are supposed to find the next Marcus Garvey. This that what we're doing right here, dropping these seeds, is sending out the vibration for the next Marcus Garvey. So, that's been a vibration that I've had ever since I was a little girl. Marcus Garvey being reborn. So here you are speaking it into being. I love it. Thank you so much. What a
Thank
powerful
you.
piece. Very powerful.
Mhm.
nice.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So we're gonna keep it going, and we're gonna get back to the trip for Gambia. We want to know more about Gambia, how we can get connected with you, Kwesi, and such. But we're gonna keep the poetry rolling, and we're gonna get to the next wisest person in the house, and her name is Empress Africus. Empress,
Oh, thank you.
thank you so
Ah,
much for being here today. I know that you haven't been, doing a lot of poetry, but it is an honor to have you back in this setting on this forum right now. And
thank you.
I know our host has a lot of questions. I did send him some of your poetry and your artwork, and we really love what we see. So if you can tell us a little bit about yourself, um,
I'm
Warrington,
gonna.
some questions for her before she gets into her poem.
Well, actually, I
Yeah.
didn't get I didn't get her bio, but I mean, feel free to express yourself. She's, as you said, she's very experienced and wise. So yeah, man, feel free to express yourself, Empress. We're listening.
All right.
Um, I just was flipping through my book that I've been keeping since this quarantine thing started, and I found something, and I marked the page because I really haven't been doing much writing. I didn't think I was anyway.
This is your boy, right? With the glasses, right? Yeah.
Um, where is it now? That's a shame. I finger marked it and everything, but I had it in my hand. I'll find it and read it later, I guess. If this is not it right here. Yes. So, I don't even remember when I wrote this, but this is what I have for how we are now in this situation. Um, wail out the sounds of protest and pain. Wail until it begins to rain, rain and pour, lightning and lightning strikes, and thunder rolls full of fright, early in the morning and late at night, till nature returns your humble request and sends to you the angel of rest, peaceful and calm after the storm. The earth will tremble, trees will sway, leaves will fly, come what may, clouds will gather dark and low, and rain replies, strong and low. This can be destroyed if you like, you know. All you have to do is just say, and it is so. All the time we must decide for which direction out we've cried. Lift every voice and wail till our enemies fail. I just found that today. I don't remember when it was written or anything. It's just there, and I wish I could have given it more life, but like I said, I just found it.
Well, it has I think it has its own life. Right now, it's not about being poetic and even the delivery. It's about getting out what is inside. I mean, I don't know if anyone else agrees with me, but in this time, just to be able to put pen to paper and express, is a gift.
Definitely.
Anybody else agree with me?
It's a challenge.
Most definitely.
What you
Sure,
saying,
I
Ernest?
said
sure. Give
agreed.
thanks. Give thanks.
Yeah, I said most definitely. It's always good to have outlets to let everything out, to let the frustration out, to let the PTSD out, let the anger out. We can't just bottle up all of this stuff inside. It's just a lot going on, and it's just back to back to back to back to back to back to back, and it's how are we not broken as a people? With everything that's just constantly thrown at us. We are resilient.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And we might be knocked down, but we're getting up. And the young folks right now, I'm so proud of what they're doing and the acts that they're taking. I'm really proud that. Listen, we talk down about the youth of today, but they're leading the fight right now. They're leading the charge, and for folks like me with messed up knees and all that stuff, it's up to the youth to really take on this mantle and show them what we got.
I agree. And in the poem, I call it wail. I've been wailing a lot. It's either I'm singing, I'm doing my poetry, I'm just bawling. You understand? Bawling with solution because right now, when you look on it, you know, especially our young black men, they're under attack. I'm a mother. All the young black youth belong to me. You understand? And yeah, man, they're wailing because what is there for them to have? What is there for them to look forward to after this? Hmm?
I don't know.
Sorry, say it again.
Because I don't know. Because I don't. And that's so, you know, how can we know right now?
We don't know. We don't know.
Appreciate your words, Empress. Appreciate your
Thank you.
words. Someone needed to hear that. Someone needed to hear that.
Yes.
You know. That's my view. I think someone needed to hear that. And for those out there in the internet world listening, watching, take that encouragement to write. If you are a person who a diary, and maybe after a while you writing a book. I mean,
Yeah,
writing can be therapy. It can be very therapeutic.
it definitely is therapeutic.
Great
That's
encouragement.
right.
Yes, I.
Thank you.
So, all right. So we're continuing in the same vein. Perfect love. And we're at Mr. Grant. That's how you go in Jamaica. That's where you're going, right? You're going from the most experience. That's how they're going.
Yes, yes, yeah, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
however you want it.
So yeah,
I'm
Mr.
working with
Grant.
your.
So yeah, Mr. Grant at the
Uh,
moment. Yeah, man.
Peace
So
and
can you please
blessing.
introduce yourself?
Of course.
Yeah.
Ernel Grant. I'm actually an older brother of Jamaica Green there, Um, that's my blood sister, and she's actually the one that got me um, more into the poetry scene and things of that nature. She's the one that put a djembe in my hand for the first time. So, mad love, mad respect to my sister Jamaica for, you know, giving me the opportunity to experience this love of the arts. I used to just draw, and that was my main focus, and dance, break dancing and all this other stuff. But you asked me to express myself when I was going through a trying time, and you said just write it down. And ever since, it's just been okay. I'm listening to words that people say, how they express themselves, and things of that nature. So big ups to Carol once again, Jamaica Green. Yeah.
Love that. Yeah, man. We love
Yep,
that.
yep.
We love that. Two thumbs up, and even the toes up. You just can't see them. For unity, brother and sister unity in
Yeah,
general. But I love to see when brothers and sisters can really hold that bond, because
Yeah,
that's family. Family is not
That is
necessarily relation. It's not bloodline connection. It's the livity. It's the connection that is really counted. Is weighed as
right.
family for me. For me. But go ahead and give us
Thank
something, man. Let us hear some of your uh expression that you written down. Bring them to
all
life.
right. So listen, before I do anything artistic, I always have to, give praises, love, and all of that to the ancestors by tapping my djembe,
That's right.
and that's my ritual. So I'm gonna go ahead and just tap this thing real quick, absorb the energies from the ancestors, let them back out, and we're just gonna vibe. Yeah, so that's the djembe, and that's the energy received and released. Now, um, I'm gonna read this poem, and it's the second time that I'm actually going to read it, and it's spawned from all the craziness that's going on, that's been going on, and we're fed up. So my man Influence and Qualo came up with this challenge. It's called I Think They're Scared of Us. 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 Pow, pow, pow. Flashbangs violently explode along with canisters of smoke into kneeling protesters. College students tased, beaten, and dragged from their car as rubber bullets find their way into eyes and foreheads of protesters and news crews. In a country where Dylan could make 9 people's soul through the roof, but treated like a fragile flower upon apprehension, says something. Coddled, given fast food, and most importantly, taken into custody alive. The first headline for Yukon murderer apprehended by police was tired and scared. Peter Manfredonia was arrested at gunpoint. Yet another white killer was taken into custody with a chance to be heard in court. Our women are brutalized by the cops, violated in strip search in public, slammed to the ground, met with fists and tasers, murdered in jail, doors at home kicked in by supposed protectors as another black life is erased from existence. What's really going on because our home is supposed to be our fort? I think they're scared of us. I think they're scared of us. I have nightmares about my daughters becoming a hashtag like Breonna Taylor and so many others. I'm paralyzed with fears for my son, who is but a teen, but built like a man. Teaching them steps to stay safe during police encounters shouldn't be a norm. The color of their skin shouldn't be something to be feared, mistreated, and scorned. It's hard to tell them to prepare for the worst because we hear not all cops are bad. But which ones will my kids encounter? Will their humanity be seen or will they be bludgeoned, kneed on, choked onto the essence of being rising from cold flesh, violated with a plunger, or simply shot to death 41 times? You're scared of us. You really hate and can't stand us. You're still persecuting us. Is it because you know deep down that you're a mutation from all this great melanin? The black woman has the Eve gene. Basically, she is the only organism that possesses the mitochondrial DNA, which has all variations possible for every different kind of human being on the planet. So, she's the mother of civilization. In the age of Google and so many ways to get information, if you still believe you're the master race, therein lies the first problem. So treat us with the dignity and respect you expect to get back. We have been more than patient. We've been docile enough. We've been meek enough. We've bent over backwards, proving to society that we matter. Our lives should not end over a possible fake $20 bill, selling cigarettes, going to the store for Kittles, jogging, or talking back while black. Stop being scared of us. I think they're scared of us. I think they're scared of us. Peace and blessings, y'all.
Nice job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow. took me a while to unmute
think
everyone. Wow, Ernel. Wow. I
I
think
think
there's
that
more
one
of a.
with some,
Sorry, go ahead, Barrington,
I
please.
think some deep breaths with that one. Couple of quick questions.
Yes.
First, how long ago did you write this poem, if you don't mind me asking?
2 months ago.
Okay, okay,
I've
all right.
done it once, and I put it down. I haven't revisited because I mean, it's every other day that something else is happening, and what I wrote 2 months ago, a lot of the information is not even updated because there's so many other killings and stuff that's occurred since.
Wow.
So you've edited, yeah, and you will continue to edit it as you go forward.
Yes, no doubt.
All right, cool. I was kind of wondering, I was kind of thinking like because you're I don't want to put an age on you, but you've been through, I think, America in the years when racism and probably classism and all of these things was probably more than it is now. It's that now it's publicized and it's recorded and it's in your face like that. So I was wondering if that was a part of your growing up, your upbringing, you know? If you don't mind, you wanna just take us quickly to your past, your journey. Right, just
Oh
quick.
yeah, came to Connecticut when I was 14, along with my sister Carol. She was 12, and I joined the military on her prodding because I needed money for college after I got into college. And so she, mentioned the Marine Corps, joined the Marine Corps, ended up over in Saudi Arabia and, Southeast Asia, fighting for this country, even though I still wasn't a citizen. I was a resident alien. So I couldn't vote or I didn't have a say as far as who the president of the United States was. But whoever it was could send me wherever, whenever to fight for this country. And so, you know, um, I must say that with Carol Jamaica Grant, my sister there, immersing me in the arts, that's one of the things that's actually helped with the PTSD because shoot, you don't go over and see dead people and things of that nature, um, and not be affected by that. You know what I'm saying? But that being said, yeah, I fought for this country and the whole nine. But even with my uniform on, my dress blues, that didn't stop white folks from calling me the N word and berating me and things of that nature. So, yeah, I put my life on the line. So, a lot of you could have the liberties that you have, but I'm still less than human in your eyes. So, yeah, it's a lot that I've experienced as far as that's concerned. In Connecticut, I must say most of the experiences were with younger kids that I was growing up with in college and things like that, and it's conflicts and it turned out to be white versus black, and the N word is passed, and then we have to bash some heads in and things like that. So I was one of the smallest in my circle, but my fire and my aggressiveness just outweighed all of that. So the little man was aggressive, but at the same time I've learned over the years, you know what I'm saying, you can't just bash everybody else's head in to solve a problem. You have to have a plan, you know what I'm saying, and I'm trying to use the arts as a vehicle to help heal, um, to help with my mental instability, to help with my PTSD. You know what I'm saying? And so
As
I
you
thank you
help to
for
heal
having me.
others.
What'd you say, Barrington?
Yes. Yes, I'm saying as you help to heal others as well. I mean,
Exactly.
um, you. How should I put this now? You said PT. What's the word? What's the abbreviation?
Post traumatic stress disorder,
PTS. Say
PTSD,
again.
post
Right.
traumatic stress
Post traumatic
disorder.
stress disorder. Right. Not everyone
Yes.
knows that. So I just wanted to get that out there. So I mean, a lot of people are going through, many different things. So from military to poetry, that's good. You've seen a lot. You've experienced a lot. So you can reach a wide section of people who are probably hurting, probably traumatized, as you yourself have been. You know what I mean? So you can reach out to ones in such a way. While you heal yourself, you help to be a healing to others. I think. So yeah,
Thank
man.
you.
Keep it
I
up, man.
appreciate that.
Keep it up.
You know, one of the things, Barrington, is that our the folks in the military and such that are supposed to educate you on what's available, resources and things like that. It's far and
Mhm.
few in between who actually reach out to help. It's a lot of hidden benefits that if you don't go searching for it, if somebody else don't tell you, hey, go look at this, go look at that, you have to fight and fight for years to get what should be, just given to you for serving this country.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Okay, I'm
Bless
gonna
up,
I'm gonna
man.
jump
They are
in. I'm
one
gonna
too.
jump in with that. I'm gonna jump in with that
We appreciate.
because,
Yeah.
like Ernel said, I cajoled him and five other of our friends to join the Marine Corps all at the same time. So we all went in at the same time. And at the time we went in, I think we were just so young and thinking we could get some money for school. There were no major outbreaks of like war. So we thought
Right.
that we could go in and coast through, get some money for college, and not see the kind of trauma that Ernell and many, many other ones, many of the group that we went in with got to see war and, the hell of war. And many of them didn't survive mentally. So what Ernell is doing, I mean, I must commend you firstly.
Thank
But before
you.
we go there, we do have some resources for VA benefits. If anyone wants to check in with me, if there are any vets out there right now who are like feeling hopeless, you can check in with me and I can give you some contacts. I know I gave a couple of people a specific contact and you did help them to get their benefits. So with that said, Ernell, what you're doing, you said you're trying to do what you're doing with Poets Realm is amazing. And if anyone
Right, right.
here hasn't seen Poets Realm, on Monday night, Ernell hosts an open mic with a variety of different talents all over America. And I'm telling you, it's caliber talent, not just someone who's coming on trying something, but someone who, most of the people, they're coming and they're leaving their heart right there, for the world to see. So I'm telling you, keep it going. And, you'll always have talent like Antonia, who's waiting so patiently in the background. We'll always be interchanging the talents. We'll send some of the talented people over to you because they need to be seen as well. And again, thank you for your form of healing. It's helped me, to start writing again. Yeah, man.
Thank you, sis. Thank you.
Now, without
Enough love.
much further, thank you again, Ernell. We're going to introduce our award-winning poet. Oh my gosh. I mean, there's so much to be said about our youngest member of the Life Circle Poets, but we're going to let her poetry speak for itself. She's an author of A Pearl Among Thorns. What a beautiful book. So we're just going to ask Antonia just to introduce a little bit about yourself and then just give us a piece of your poetry and then we're going to, come forward again and talk a little bit more. Is that okay? You ready,
Yes, thank
Antonia?
you.
Ever
Thank
ready?
you.
Yes, sis.
So,
Yeah,
greetings,
man.
everyone. Greetings to the other poets. I'm really enjoying it. And, you guys are the elders. You're the foundation. You're the root. And without you, we, the youngsters, I mean, we can't live without the elders. So I know a lot of people like to disrespect the elders, but the elders, they are the ones that is sharing all this knowledge. And we can only be as great as they are. We wish to be as great as they are. So, big up. I am from Jamaica and I am from the parish of St. Catherine. And the community is Portmore. And I am 28. And I authored 3 books. It's Pearls Among Stones, Out from Babylon System, Liberation of Mind, and Black Gold. And I was fortunate enough to win a Prime Minister Youth Award at the age of 21. Everything wasn't so perfect leading up to that. But as I say, the elders, they are the foundation. So while I was growing up, I didn't have it easy, but life shaped us to who we are. And, I want to big up my mother. Yesterday was her birthday. So, mommy, big up yourself, Yeah, you know what I mean? Because I'm from a single home and, she stick around and she did her best and her best is quite enough. And, I just praises to her and praises to all parents who are doing their best and, going through their struggles. So that's kind of, yeah, I won awards and, I've been growing and improving and big up Life Circle Poets because they have been grooming me as a youngster and showing me the way. So I just great pleasure and honor to be in the space on the internet, really sharing knowledge, learning from others, and just, yeah. So I kind of dropped. So this poem that I'm going to drop, Jamaica currently is looking forward to election.
Hmm.
And I know we recently concluded our debate and, people were in arguments over social media who won debates and stuff like that. But as a youngster looking on, I would say that, I wish my people will vote not for just sweet talks, but vote because they see their MP actually doing work. Vote for the work
Mm-hmm.
because I don't want somebody to come tell me say, yeah, they want to build road or they want to do this when they haven't done it and they have the money, they're taking taxpayers' money. And if a community there for 30 years and still they don't have good roads and they don't have running water, I mean, I don't want in 2020 someone telling me that, yeah, that's their accomplishment. That's not an accomplishment to me. It shouldn't be that from my mother's days to her granny days, me come see the same old, and they keep repeating the same talk and think that, as young people especially, that we don't have much sense or we are not critical thinkers. But, so listen to that poem, it named Poetical Suicidal. I mean, not make no apologies for my poem. And it
No.
write a long time.
Wait him.
Yeah.
Wait him.
Political Suicidal.
All right.
So political, suicidal. I am in the street every day, cannot find food to eat. I see those broadcasts, tops green, some orange. I call it political, suicidal. The rates I make no apologies for my statement. And if you think it's all fallacies, you need to check JA's lost history. See, I'm no follower, I'm a leader. People think when they read paper or take notes, you must be a nerd. But it's like they never heard. The great Bob Marley once reiterated, free your mind from mental slavery. It is what is in chains. And the politicians do not want you to know the truth. But things are not hidden. Right before your eyes, they reveal and are manifested. Only a few realize. I call it political suicidal. No disrespect, but I don't support. And if it's treason, then carry me to court because I will spit it, leave no words unturned. Even in my grave, ashes burn, I will be heard. Jamaica is lost, cannot be regained. Morals, standard are just an illusion. Sodom and Gomorrah becomes our indoctrination. These fools can't educate me. I have read the Bible, seen the cries, and I tell you, in the deepest part, anger lies. I call it political suicidal. I do not celebrate this 50 yet, cause I ain't seen no change yet. Our heroes and heroine rolling in their graves. They stood brave, fought the battle. Now our people are like snakes that rattle. They change beliefs like the drop of a feather. Forget unity, we were never together. I call it political suicidal. I make no apologies. And if you think it's all fallacies, check JA's lost history.
Ha! Ha! Ha!
Yes.
Mine with the port now.
Bring the fire. Yes.
Mine and the port, yo. What about the port, yo?
Can't deport me. Can't deport me, you know. I don't know we're African already, so
Sure.
Africa there for we.
Sure.
Yes,
Woo!
I.
Yeah,
Yes,
man.
I. Yes, I. Love that
Woo!
one. I love that one. That one, the hot still, you know.
Yeah, man.
I mean, Antonia start with the fire.
Yeah,
There you
man.
go. We like that. Start with the fire, you know.
Whew.
As
Don't let it out.
as we
Mhm.
acknowledge my yaya, you know, shouting out to all the boys, shouting out, bigging up Antonia, Tanika, Empress K. Yeah, man, shout out Sister Baba Blake Anna, Sister Jennifer, Sister Mez. Perfect love to all Life Circle poets, you know. Yeah, man, Dr. Bird, but I just one love full circle, man. But Antonia, but I tell you, you saw the one the fire, you see it there? I'm a Stuart, red
Happy
hot sister.
European princess. Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
We love
Hey,
that, man.
you see them things there? You see that poetry? Yep, the poem there? That needs to be on all the airways right now because the people are going frantically crazy. May I hear say every day there's another 100 cases of corona.
COVID-19.
Because what the people are joining the political party. I'm missing
No
one
social
party.
distancing, nothing they're
No,
doing.
broke out. Missing my broke out like when we got cartel dance. No, for real. And I'm and this is what the people, like you say, it hasn't changed since granny time, right? So the fire have to burn, and the people really they have to wake up. Jamaica, you have to wake up. This
Yeah,
two-party
man.
system, it is an endangerment to our future. Again, no apology.
The fire
Great.
for purification, man.
Yeah,
Purify
man.
and melt to
Yeah,
ashes,
man.
you know?
Yeah?
Yeah, man. So, you see, if you don't mind, with that kind of energy and momentum, I wouldn't mind if Antonia go into another one and then we come full circle to our bridging here before him get called up. Cause, you know, the fire there, so he can't get called up.
You
Yeah,
can't get
man, I'll
caught
keep the
up.
life circle
So
going.
we're gonna have a draft for our next one, you know. We
Yeah,
mind, I
man.
wonder why. You
Yeah,
see
man.
me?
Drop the
Yes,
next one,
man. Give me
man.
some man. Let the circle keep
Yeah?
going.
Alright.
They come forward to our bridging here.
Alright, I'm gonna draft that one. No, so
Yes, I
that
think so.
poem that I just read, it was from my book, Out from Babylon System, Liberation of Mind.
Hold
Cause
it,
I don't know. The
please.
book
Hold
can
it up.
fire, you know.
Hold it
Hold
So
up,
if
it
you
please.
can't
still.
manage the fire, this is the book
Antonio,
for you know. If you want fire, this is the
Hold
one.
it still so we can see it.
Antonio, hold it up so we can see it. Hold it up, hold it up.
Oh,
Right.
listen.
All right, can you see it, Africus?
No. I can just see the fist. I want to see the title.
Out
Oh,
from
Back it
Over
up.
to the other side. Yeah, there we go.
out from
Right there.
Babylon, system liberation of mind.
yeah.
I can't see your name though. Just a little bit to the right.
Crap.
I mean
This
left.
is all right. I'm
Yeah.
using my phone. All right.
Right there.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, there you go.
And see, Jamaica Green, Miss Green should be able to put it up on the screen as well. So just so you know, others can
I
please
sure
do.
am. Yeah, man.
It's a show now.
Cool.
All right. So
Yes, I.
So this one now, page 40. I'm taking one from each book. I haven't said this one for a while, but I know people like it. And this one is taken from Pearls Among Stones. Hope you can see this one. So it's titled Radical Meditation. I feel like burning, chanting a song against anything that's wrong. I feel like bombing Parliament. Know that you know that they are devil's advocate. I feel like chanting a song of revolution to start a war, not a war to kill, but to let them know that we have the will to change and eradicate corruption. Let them know that we are serious and the Almighty don't sleep. People see us and think everything nice. They do not know how much sacrifice, sufferation, hunger bite, food price, sky high. The bills pile, children cry. Mama heart burn, so do not ask me if I'm alright. Cause I feel like bombing Parliament and burn a chalice and listen some Bob Marley and chant a song of redemption. Cause I have some intention, spiritual intervention, a radical meditation. I feel like bombing Parliament now that they know what liars they are. And I'm not a fool, but I have some radical meditation.
Very good.
Yeah, man. Now we know, man.
Radical meditation. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Bomb people them
Radical.
system. I love it. I love it. We need more youth like you, Antonia. Real man. You know, this is a mindset we want the youth them to start develop. You understand? No matter where you come from, you have a voice. And if we use that voice for something positive, imagine the world, the shake, the earthquake, the thunder that you all, that about uno youth, you know,
Yeah.
can affect all over the globe. I've seen it. You understand? So it's your time. I'm glad. I'm grateful for you being here today. I was wondering when we were gonna get to hear your poetry here on this forum. And I'm so
Boy.
grateful that it's a day when you have three other well-seasoned and traveled poets, you know, to share their experiences, but also to get that fire reignited, because that's what you just did. Thank you so
Yeah, for sure.
thank you so much. You know, you know what I mean? Where is the
Yes.
Barrington?
I
What you say? What me say? I show you making you know, we have a poem name. What you say, though?
Where you say? Where you
But
say? Give it up.
yeah,
Give it peace, man. Where you say?
no, but we are saying differently. We appreciate the one day and Antonia, enough big up again, enough big up, man, enough big up, and we are say the objective remains the same as it relates to Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X. You were saying we need like a new what did you say? You need another Marcus Garvey. We need one more Marcus Garvey now. But it's really you know, one Anton, it's not the second Marcus Garvey, it's the first Antonia Valaire, it's the first Kwesi Akosa, it's the first Ernel Grant, it's the first Empress Kess, it's the first Barrington, that's Barrington Light, if you prefer, and the first Jamaica, you know what I mean? And it's the same objective as, you know, our liberators before, same mission, same.
Same.
But we give thanks for you wanting me to put that in there, but I'm gonna hold off just a bit longer and allow Mr. Akosa to come back in. As I say, I don't want the fire to get out. See it there? Man, tell him man, fire, 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 wood fire. Yeah, man. So over to you, Miss Jamaica Green and Akosa. Kwesi Akosa.
I
Right?
didn't understand. What was the question?
No, I'm saying we're back with you now. We're back with you now, you know.
Right.
Want to keep that fire burning, you know, keep that light
All right,
circle
so
going.
we want another
Exactly.
poem?
Oh yes. Oh
Positive
yes.
vibration. Sure.
Um, let's see.
Empress K, just keep tuning in. Stay on the rhythm. We'll soon be with you.
Okay, I'm gonna do this piece called "My Brother's Keeper." My brother is a corpse, a twisted cocoon trapped in impurities. The elders have tied their mouths and left them to rot, justifiably so. My brother has pissed on the temple floors and defiled the sanctuaries of the sacred. He has stolen from the orphans and claimed the widow's share as his own. The elders say there is blood bleeding in the streets. I say it is my brother's blood. The adjectives have been encrypted to my brother's hide like a stampeding herd of broken down words searching for an alphabet to call their own. From plantations to projects to prisons, the nails have been encrypted to my brother's hide. It is a 400-year crucifixion as his bones linger on ocean floors, too brave to die, but made meek to sweep cotton fields while wearing twisted neckties at Ku Klux Klan rallies as he watched the insides of his woman being twisted out by the same people who taught him how to love Jesus. And now my brother lives, one step forward but two steps backwards, killing himself daily on block-toting sidewalks and retired factory buildings whose jobs have rehired themselves in Asia. The elders say, "Lion, you are correct, but what shall we do about your brother?" Last night I heard God, footstep pounding the sand, her hands feeling the soil, searching for my brother's tears. And God asked me, "Lion, where is your brother?" I smiled at God and said, "Here he is, because I am my brother's keeper."
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
Yes, we are.
Yeah,
Yes, we
man.
are. Yeah, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
Indeed.
man.
Good stuff, fam. Good
Looks
stuff.
like we lost Antonia. One moment. Let's see what's going on. We lost Antonia. Antonia
While
blaze
we're
so much fire. I don't know.
while we're working on her, man, we wouldn't mind getting another one from
Them-
our brethren
them
here.
shit.
We love that
Yeah.
one though. We still love that one.
All
Okay.
right.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Sure.
All right, because I went out for a minute too. I tried to do the chat. This one was for Brianna. I'm going to try to get through this. Art will be my muse, my escape, my leaving. There was another shooting. Will it be a book or a collage? Collage mask. We need a cure. Art will be my muse as I contemplate lead poisoning, death by deception. There's a problem. A suicide, hanging by a doorknob. Tears and protest, another shooting, a knee on the neck, lead poisoning, death by deception, followed by fear, scared to death. By who? A problem. Where was the outcry? Why was there silence? Oh, please, not another one. I need a cigarette.
Mm.
I have to quit. I don't want to hear about it, but I will listen with my front ear. She was an EMA, I mean, an EMT. CRS is kicking in when I get a little anxious. Who was she?
Mm.
Why wasn't she home? Was that the one that was eating the ice cream?
Mhm.
No, that was Jean. I'm still on Sandra Bland. I don't know. I can't do another one right now. I heard they came in while she was sleeping before Corona, I think, pre George Floyd. There's been an escaping time in my mind, as the CRS of it exacerbates painful experiences, and I can no longer endure. I can no longer endure this news and this pandemic. I am busy making masks, smoking too much, mask on, mask off. I am confused. I was going to quit in April, but does it matter? Do I matter?
Mm.
Do you? What? Black lives. What about your ass? Do you matter? Really? In a pandemic? Brianna's name plays softly in the background. I plan to hear the whole story as soon as I can. As soon as I clean up my messy workspace, as soon as I finish this art piece, this next novel, I leave to get supplies. Was she the one that was playing Xbox with her nephew? I need to leave something. I need to leave something that they will remember that, so they can remember that I was here. I smoke a cigarette, several in fact, while scrolling past the protest and the quarantine videos and don't rush.
Hmm.
They were making us laugh and avoid the destiny of our foolish hatefulness. Scrolling past Trump tweets and protests, mask on, mask off. It's spreading. I need to make more masks or not. Who knows? I need to finish this book. Work. When am I going back? Wait, no, I'm not going back. No way am I going back. I do miss the children. I wonder what my daughter's doing. I mean, I can't even imagine if that was my daughter. It's too much to even imagine. Later, I will listen to her story. I will give her the time she deserves. I will not march. My protest is in my pen, which is busy right now. Wow. Did you see how many people came out for George Floyd? So many.
Hmm.
Mask on? Nope. I don't need to see that right now. The Kung flu? Really? The Chinese disease? I need more supplies. I gotta go and stimulate the economy. I need to discover a cure. I must keep the world uplifted. No knock warrant. Brianna plays in the background as stores and restaurants and other small businesses close. I'm going for supplies. Past these stores, the numbers are climbing. Statistics and polls lie. I have but one tear for all of it. One, and I'm saving it. I wonder if she was in the affair with the police officer.
Hmm.
What did she know? What did she learn? What were they trying to silence? I go to the store for food and supplies. I mail masks. The people I pass react differently now. The white people. A lot differently than they did 3 weeks ago, before the virus. Chinese people are on the news. Chinese people are in the news as the new niggers now, and they tell a different story on the news. Chinese people are being racist against the blacks and China, and they don't say why. I will never get the full story on that. I'll have to search the dark web. I will find out, though. I cannot imagine white folks envy me because my people are somehow immune to this disease. They look at us with contempt and go back to the lab again. They tell us to drink bleach. We buy toilet paper and hand sanitizer. We need to buy a bunker and go there and stay until, well, or at least find a friend who owns one. Too many people. Eugenics. There's too many people, so eugenics comes to the forefront as Gates resigns and Fauci comes to the helm and he does the face palm and then he plays in the background with Brianna. Mask on. Well, you may need it, you may not. Who knows? As school ends, parents realize how important those teachers were and that they weren't really telling those lies that those children were bad in the conferences. They understand the importance of a teacher now. But they're thugging it out with their kids. And they're thugging it out in the streets, burning it down, stealing and looting in the name of Black Lives Matter. Chicago murders continue to rise faster than the Rona. Police are outraged and they can no longer shoot people and get away with it. Somehow, the white people become more friendly after, well, maybe it was during. I can't understand. I don't remember. Trump has a special police force shoot the people in the protest. That I remember. And he considered them allies. And look for the token black to say, can't we all just get along? The newscasters search and none come out. Nick Cannon does. He's fired. He was put on YouTube, but he was fired, and Brianna plays in the background. Now blacks are dying in great numbers. Bodies rot in the street, and morgues and U-Haul trucks. Funeral prices quadruple. And now I walk down the street, mask on. The flatline smile of the white people is gone. Now they walk in the street to avoid me, avoiding the eye contact. They no longer see you. They don't see my color. The pandemic now chooses black people. We have somehow become the face of this. Wait a minute, what? Selective racism is going to take us all out if we don't come up with a cure, not just for the pandemic. We need a cure. They can't see me. And I'm right here. I'm alive, looking for the cure, trying to find a cause. And they look past me because the police turned the protest into a parade by taking a knee. And Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben fade into the background. But they look past me and then blame me. And they fired Nick. And they want to open schools. And they sent in special forces to calm the protests of people being tired of the bull. My art is now playing in the background. That's it.
Yeah, man.
For Brianna.
For Brianna.
For Brianna.
For Brianna.
See,
And for every other nameless Black person that has
Well, they were
disappeared.
named, but we didn't know them. You know, we didn't know their names. Yeah, for all of us, not just the ones that have died, but those who are still here, duking it out, trying to come up with a way and a reason. We've got to be strong, and we've got to be resilient, and we've got to be at peace with ourselves, even in this time of war that they have waged upon us, and we can't see it. You know, we can't see this enemy that we're fighting, either not by the disease. We can't see that, and we don't know what it is that they are doing this to us for. So we don't know what we're fighting against, but we need to find out quickly.
Right. Mask on, mask off. I've been having a major problem with the mask on. Me myself, I don't think I can ever get used to what they're saying is a new norm. People wearing masks. I try to make light of it. Sometimes I go into the store and I'll see a person wearing a mask and I'll say, "Oh, what a beautiful smile you have." And I know that evokes a smile, for the most part. But what about the days when there is no smile? What about the days when you really can't breathe behind the mask? What do we do then? Why are we wearing the mask? Is it really a pandemic? I mean, all those
I
questions.
know, right? I
We
know.
heard you. We hear you. And I think that a lot of us have the same issues. I'm sure if we pan on Kwesi's head is nodding right now because he's feeling the same way. What you saying? Mask on, mask off. What do you think, Kwesi?
I'm a nurse, so I'm trying to come from this from a medical perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I always tell people I feel that coronavirus is the common cold on steroids. So I'm kind of an anti-mask person, but I do. If I'm going out and I'm in a store, I wear one. But right now, I think it's a good idea to practice avoidance. I'm in my early 60s, so I think people need to avoid health clubs. People need to avoid crowded spaces. However, I'm not too sure about exactly what this is. So anything that you could do to take precautions and keep yourself safe, you should do. Another thing that I was thinking about is we all should try to corona-proof our bodies.
Yes.
Everybody could use losing a good 10 to 15 pounds. Keep your body tight, keep your body strong, consider vegetarian, consider being a vegan. The best thing that we could do to maintain health, like we were doing to maintain health against the common cold, we should do. However, I think this is more than just the common cold. I don't want to get into a conspiracy mode, but I really feel that there's something else going on that we all can't put our fingers on.
Exactly.
Our government.
Exactly. I think everyone is feeling a little bit uneasy, and I mean, we hear the word empath a lot these days, but with all of the switch and the portals being open, and yes, the portals are opening, people are becoming more aware and, more self-aware and more aware of our surroundings, and
Mhm.
I can feel that there's a vibration of what is going on. Everybody, there's an uneasiness.
True.
I talk to my friends who are like saying, we're heading to Africa right now because, you know, what's happening over here. We know what's happening in Africa as well, but there's much more of a vast majority of land. There's land, there's plant, and there's an openness and a love and resources that we don't even know that are not here. So on that note, Kwesi, I'm going to ask you to tell us a little bit about Gambia. You know, what is the vibe like in Gambia right now? And then just share another poem with us.
Gambia was my second stop in Africa
Okay.
after Senegal. Um, I think going to Africa was one of the better things that happened with my life. The openness, the space, the love, the beauty, the vibration. I've only had positive experiences in Gambia. Even the birth of my youngest two children was in Gambia. Um, Something that I was thinking about since I was 7, 8 years old came true. Um, it was a beautiful, pleasurable experience. And I'll advise everybody if they can get out of here for a month, 2 months, or the rest of their lives should have that type of experience. Mhm.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do one of my favorite poems. It's called Mr. King's Room. Mr. King lives in a sick room surrounded by naked walls who haven't worn a paint or coat in years. The table walks with a cane and the bed has a 5-pack a day cigarette habit. Pennies, dimes, and quarters play hide go seek on a floor dying from old age. The family pictures got wrinkles. Fritos, Ajax, and cheese doodles waste turf roars on an overripe refrigerator whose contents Bacardi and Tangeray are hosting a house party. They are all searching for a place of their own in a room that's bursting at the beams. The TV sits on top of the TV that is stopping on the VCR. The rats are waging nuclear warfare against tank-sized roaches armed with M16s. This is Mr. King's room, a collage of sights, sounds, tastes, stains, choking on their own insanity. Mr. King's room.
Greetings, Kwesi. Thank you so much. We heard we
Uh,
heard most of the poem. Halfway through, it kind
You
of
started broke up.
So I'm gonna ask you just to do it
uh,
again. Since it's such a short poem, is that okay with you?
yeah, I could do it again. The name of the
Okay,
poem is called Mr. King's Room. Can you hear me?
Yes.
yes.
Okay. Mr. King lives in a sick room surrounded by naked walls that haven't worn a paint or coat in years. The table walks with a cane and the bed has a 5-pack a day cigarette habits. Pennies, dimes, and quarters play hide go seek on a floor that's dying from old age. The family pictures got wrinkles. Fritos, Ajax, and cheese doodles wage turf wars on an overripe refrigerator whose contents, Bacardi and Tangeray, are hosting a house party. They're all searching for a place of their own in a room that's bursted at the beams. The TV sits on top of a TV that is stomping on the VCR. The rats are waging nuclear warfare against tank-sized roaches armed with M16s. This is Mr. King's room, a collage of sights, sounds, tastes, stains, choking on their own insanity. Mr. King's room.
That's nice. That's real nice.
For real, your poems are very visual. I could almost smell the smell in Mr. King's.
His room was pretty funky.
Great job, Kwesi.
Thank you.
Barrington, where are you? Jump in, no?
Barrington, I,
Yeah, man, jump in, no? Talk to we guest
I'm
them, no?
on here, man. I is here. All right, yeah, I love that one. I had wanted to make a comment. I don't know if I should just leave it that are still. All right, let me just put it in. Empress Kiss
Yes.
poem earlier. I don't remember. I don't remember the exact name, but the poem, you have to be listening deeply and reasoning with her as she's reading to be able to understand or grasp the fullness of what she's saying. I don't know if you actually realize that it's like it's a lot of different perspectives. You know what I mean? Perspective from, even you can look at it from being a Chinese man, a black man, a white man, where the wrong are not, a mother, a person who's not a mother yet, because one of the times she said something about my child, and then she said, no, I could imagine. So that means she doesn't actually have a child as well. I don't know if you're following what I'm saying, but I really love that poem. You have to actually pay close attention, as I say, to get what she's saying. She's reading from different perspective, and I don't know if the intention was to depict the character of a person who is like traumatized, but that's what I got. That's what I got. This person is
Oh, good.
not confused, but traumatized. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do how do I go about? So I think that was wonderful for her to put that out there. You
Well,
know?
thank you so much. I'm glad that that came across because it was not supposed to be that way, but that is how it did happen. Um, and
Mm.
I'm glad that you picked that up because it's all the different perspectives that people are, coming out with and talking about through this traumatic time. And I was trying to capture all the things that have been happening at one
Mm.
time in one piece and looking for a solution. So yeah, thank you. I'm it's still very new. I don't really like
I
reading off of
realize that.
paper, but I just wanted to get those two pieces out because otherwise they'll stay in this book and I'll forget about them. And um sorry, so it's kind of choppy as I'm reading it off the paper, but I think that we need to really, think about people like Dr.
Yep.
King and Malcolm and where they went, and Marcus and Mandela and all of those great kings and queens that have gone before, Sojourner, Harriet. I mean, Mary McLeod. Where did they get their strength to
Mm.
find their voice?
Mhm.
I mean, right now they're asking us to come out and vote for the lesser of two evils, and I don't think that's a good idea. And then I look around for somebody that can say, well, what about this guy? um he's one of ours, and we feel like he could make some decisions, and I don't know who that guy is. And I think that's great because they kill that guy every time. So I think it's great that we don't
Mhm.
know, but I
Mhm.
think it's awful
Mhm.
that he's or she is. And it's us, actually. It is us. In these
It's all of
conversations like this, who is that person? However, our voice is not really being loud enough. And that's one of the reasons why, although I wasn't sure I could make it today, I spoke up anyway. Um, because I know I have a loud voice, but I have not been using it. And I appreciate you all having me on and forcing me and challenging me to come out of this. And thank you.
right.
Yes, sis. Yeah,
Yeah.
you do it every time. And when nobody else could do it, you got me up and to hear it, to feel it. It doesn't feel like Mama Africa yet, but it feels like, we need to raise our voices a bit more.
Lovely, man.
Give
It's
thanks.
life circle poets. Yeah, man. Life circle poets. That is what is happening here on this platform on
Exactly.
Sundays. You know, perfect love to you, Ramona, Magpie, Jody. Love and blessings. Yeah, man. As we move forward, Sister Jamaica, haven't heard anything from Mr. Grant in a while.
Yes,
We
yes,
have
yes.
we have like 40 minutes remaining. That's quite some time. We can go through some more poems, man.
Yeah, man. Some more poems and some more interviews because let me tell you, it's one
Exactly.
thing to go to it's one thing to go to a forum and just hear poetry, but it's another thing to engage each other, to find out, what the other one is thinking. It's very necessary. Right now, my whole solar plexus is lit up, because I am here with my brother, my brothers, and my
And
sisters.
sister. Right.
Huh? And
Yeah.
we're sharing some of our deepest, I'm sure, deepest feelings. Ernell, thank you for talking about the PTSD. It's something that I also, have been working through many years. Kwesi, thank you for talking about, taking off and going to Africa and seeing the velvetiness, velvetedness of the sky, of the connection, making the connection, and even again, Mr. King's room. You know, we didn't really, talk about Mr. King's room. When you were talking about it, when you were delivering that poem, I felt like I was there. I have been there. I've cleaned many times Mr. King's rooms. So can you give us a little bit before we get to Ernell, a little bit about what what brought that poem about?
Inspired. Yeah.
Yeah, inspired. Thank you, Byron said. You're muted. I mean mute you. Unmute.
Am I
Hello.
on?
Yeah, man, you're good now.
Okay, the inspiration for that piece was exactly what it sounds from. There was a friend of an old girlfriend, and he lived in Brooklyn, and he lived in one room. His whole life was in one room: the stove, the refrigerator, the liquor, his clothes, and it was just how could a man? He must have been about 70 then, and to reach out and touch your whole life in one room.
Mm,
I was impressed by um, how he was able to manage and manipulate his whole life in one room. And that was the Mr. King actually does exist. Mm. And I was basically describing his life in one room. The TV sits on top of a TV that is stomping on the VCR. I don't know if you guys are maybe too young to remember, but I had an incident growing up in New York City. I don't know if you guys can remember those big console TVs. At one time, the TV broke, and my father bought a portable that sat on top of the console TV.
okay, so my mom still has one right now. Yeah, man.
Mm.
So we
So,
know, we know. Okay, so that's Mr. King's room, a little bit of Mr. King. It's almost a little sad and lonely, though. I felt a little bit, a little loneliness in the fact that everything that he owns is in one room.
that's kind of interesting because I was going out with his daughter at that time, and I was living up here,
Hmm.
and me and his daughter visited him. And I noticed the loneliness and the isolation that he had. One of the great things the decent things that I've done, um, I'm a psych nurse, and I notice how when I go to people's houses, how lonely and isolated they are, and sometimes the only visit that they get from the day is the nurse.
Mm, that's
Um, it kind of troubles me, the loneliness and the isolation that people are going through, particularly through the whole Corona thing. And
mhm.
I think if we could use our lives as an impetus to erase some of the pain, I'm attempting to do that. I'm seeing a lot of pain out there, a lot of pain.
We feeling it. We
Mhm.
feeling it. Yeah.
Yeah,
With that, we want to keep it going. And, we don't want to bring the energy down, but I'm telling you, this is a truth that we just have to share. And this is what's out there. And if this is what comes today, let it flow, please. We're not going to request something that you don't feel. Feel what you feel. Just remember, it's a family show. So we're going to keep the cursing down. But just please share something with us, Ernell. Thank you.
yeah. So like um Kwesi related Mr. King's room to COVID, and we have a lot of Mr. King's houses going on right now where we feel isolated. We can't do our normal things. We can't go to the movies. We can't just do regular stuff that we're used to. So this is a new time. I'm not used to it. Won't ever be used to it. And I hope something gives soon. Now, this one is like you said, emotions, a lot of different emotions and a lot of different things going on. I'm going to just jump in another subject matter real quick. This one is called Fatherless Child. Sometimes I feel like a fatherless child. Sometimes I feel like a fatherless child. Sometimes I feel like a fatherless child, a long way from home. Yo, brethren, say me to look up to you. Say me the thing say you were the world. But you said I look up on my face. Yeah, the look ya. Do you see the disappointment? Do you see the pity? My boss. Do you see the scorn? How could you pray for your own children? How could you even think of doing something that would hurt them? Something that would scar them for life or death? Do I now show you threat? You see, me's a man now and me a throw over you. Should I beat you into a pulp with my fists? Should I put you in a headlock and twist? Me say, twist like this? You say, me not gonna rock the brethren because me is nothing like you. Them crazy, despicable, disgusting things me coulda, woulda, never do. Still, me try to understand the when, the what, the why, and the how. How could you climb in that bed with your little girls where you supposedly love and adore so much? Why did you make them grow up in such a rush? Me say, how could you rip apart which can never be mended? You see, me did look up to you, but no, that's ended. So to be told, yo, you're just like your father. They said that always cut through me like a knife. Because seeking pleasure in a baby girl, much less my own flesh and blood, can't even be imagined in this or any life. Time does that really heal the mind? So this is dedicated to the man, me say. The man who? Because sometimes I feel. Peace and blessings, y'all. baby girl, much as my own flesh and
Like
blood.
child.
Wow.
Yes, our enemy.
Yeah. A lot of us have some of those. A lot of us have some of those feeling, brother man. A lot of us have some of those feeling. You know?
Yeah, brethren. I just something where you can't forget, and even throughout the years, I say memories will stick with you, and releasing that energy day to day, letting that out is, also rejuvenating me, making me look at myself as a man, as a father, as a brother, sister, husband, the whole nine, and reevaluating my actions, the way I speak to people, all of that encompasses me breaking the cycle and providing a better environment for my kids, making sure that they could be better people than me. You know what I'm saying? So that's my goal, working with the kids and doing this artistic stuff to not only heal me, but like you said, to heal others as well.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna challenge you. I don't know if I have any right to do that still, but just as a poet, as a brother, may I say to the eye, yeah, may I challenge you to write something, what should I say, contrary or the positive side of what you just wrote. I mean, we love that poem and it's what it is. So we give thanks that you were able to put pen to paper and then express that. But I'm just making a suggestion for you to make the flip of that fatherless child. I don't know how you want to write it, but I'm just making a suggestion because I got that thought, so I'm sharing that with you. That you could probably
Okay.
write something on more on the healing side of that experience
Good point.
or point of view that you just gave. Am I
That's
clear?
that's of of course a very
Okay.
interesting viewpoint, and I welcome that. I welcome the feedback, and I must say that you bringing that up. Of course, I'm already thinking of ways to approach that. So I appreciate the feedback, and it will be a pleasure sharing that piece when it's birthed on this show.
See, like Circle
I think
Poets.
that piece is
Shout out,
powerful.
shout out,
So because
Melamine, Sister Kimberly, Maya. Yeah, I don't mean to interrupt you. Um, that's Bob Biden. He's one of our guests, right? He was cheering for Ernel Grant there. So just shout out to everyone tuning in,
Hey,
just
Bob.
tuning in, or
Bob, how are you?
everyone, enough love, and thank you very
yeah,
much for sharing the time and space with us. As you were saying, Miss Green.
yeah, man, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. May I say, may I Ernest share the same home and for yeah, that poem, yeah, it was it kind of shocked me because you know, it's a shocker, but there's a truth to it, and I appreciate you for that, Ernell, and there's also I know there was a healing to it. I remember when you wrote that poem. I remember, and whew, you know, it brings back a lot.
Yeah.
However, again, we're using this forum to heal some of the hurts, and so I'm going to
Have to
ask
balance it.
Antonia. I saw that. Yeah, we're gonna balance it out. And I'm gonna ask Antonia to express something because I know Antonia, you went through some issues with being a fatherless child, and I saw that you were worked up about the poem, you know,
Mm.
and so can you express? Is that too personal, or because I heard on an interview, I saw your beautiful interview about, what not having a father in a home did to you as a child. Is that
Yeah.
personal right now, or we
I
in it
didn't plan to
already?
do that. I didn't plan like I just want to say first before I answer your question, like Ernel Grant, like that poem is going to touch, many, youths across the world. Because as I listen, not only is what you're saying is so vivid and real, but you're saying it, but you believe what you're saying. It's not just a case that you're just saying it. It's something that, whoever listens, especially as I've experienced it as the fatherless child, it's very painful, even at the age of 28, you're still you're still hurting because when you look around and or you are in conversation with your classmates and they will say, oh, me and my dad went and somewhere or whatever. You can't contribute to that conversation because you don't have anything to contribute. Or in my case, I grew up with three brothers, but they grew up with my father, even though we all grew in the same house. But I mean, I came at a later date, and when I came around, that's when he left. So it's almost like we are all brothers and sisters of the same parents, but we have different experience. Like they can speak about him, but I can't, which is so weird. You know, we
Wow.
we we have different childhood memories because I can't say anything about him. I don't know nothing about him. Like I see him, but I don't know him. He's just a stranger, as Tupac said in his poem. He can't cry for a stranger. So, but I did do a poem, and but it was more of not holding anything against him. It's more of honoring him. And I did also do a poem that I spoke for my mother, and but I didn't plan to do that poem. I have to stick to the poem that I wanted to share. But I'm thanking you for that poem. You really got me emotional, and it, it just really brought me back to a place, and it's just that deep. But the poem that I'm going to do, it's about youth, and I am encouraging youth to have ambition. So the title of my piece is Youth to Have Ambition, especially in this time, the political times after all of this. I have to encourage youths because I'm a youth and I know what we're going through. Sometimes people don't understand what we're going through. So I am encouraging them. So this one is titled Youth to Have Ambition. My youth, how you stay so? And what kind of behavior this? Who you threatening about copper shot? Butterbrook tear gas face. You are behave like you are T-Rex. Wolfgang Dracula. Claim me a go for me juggler. But me want man with syntax. Left it inspire. Hopeful. Merciful. Me not behave like Freddy versus Jason or Grim Reaper. What it be when all of them dead? So my youth, take up your pants in your hand, change up your ways, start act better, clean up your mind till the behavior match your attire. Youth, stop cheat yourself, go out and get some certification in a plumbing or construction. Go learn a skill. If I know that are your plan, then sell some fruits, cherry, mango, guava, or some grown provision. Yam, cocoa, banana, or jelly water for the people instructor. Youth, elevate yourself, elevate your mind. Don't confine, don't imprison, as some so we hopeless, worthless. This a generation of viper. Prove them wrong. We not take bad talk. Negativity we eliminate from the electrons to the neurons. Positive energy we emit from our cranium. My youth, take a leaf out of both records. Running the race must have a plan. Be the best of you, your version. Conquer nation till a conquer planet. Till all the next generation will be a force to be reckoned with. Because you had ambition, made a plan, execution. No, you is an inspiration. If it's
Woo!
Great inspirational poem.
Yep.
Great poem.
Nice.
Great
Nice.
poem.
Yes. The youth them. Yes.
Yeah,
Let's go.
man. That's what we are saying. This is the fire what we are talking about. Can't cool, can't quench. Antonia, keep the fire
Antonia,
blazing.
keep the fire
Come on.
blazing.
Yeah, man. Keep it
Yeah,
blazing.
man. Do the best.
We're
Do
gonna
the
move
best
on.
version
After
of
this, I
yourself.
ask everyone to share 2 poems if you have it. If not, just share a poem. We're gonna do like a cipher, and we're gonna also include Barrington and myself in it. You know, we're gonna be at the end of it. So we're gonna start off again with Africus and just keep it moving. All right.
Love that, Antonia. Blazing. Come to
All right.
Empress.
Um, I'm just gonna go with Mother Africa for now. Okay,
Yes.
as much as I can, but I try to keep it short and call me Mother Africa with dignity and pride, because I'm the start of all human creation and my presence will not hide. The journey here was so long, but it's been well worth the trip. I carried your burdens and your children on the left side of my hip. It has been quite some time since the Lord said, "Let there be light." That's when I opened all that was in me and I began to shine so bright. Yes, I was the universe that you all know so well. I carried the other planets in me until my belly began to swell. Then I gave birth to the galaxy and spun the other planets into space, giving them their freedom to find out their place. I was Adam when God made man, and then I was Eve. I could have never been the serpent because the evil I can't conceive. But after Noah built the ark, we all set out to sail. We lived in peace within it and after exiting as well. You see, spirituality is my first name, my second name is faith. Humble is the life that I lead, and that is where I get my strength. Repentant is my nature, and forgiving gets me through. Whatever it is that has wronged me, I let the Most High get her due. Yes, I am a peace of mind in times and turmoil and strife. It is my ambition to create greatness from your lives. I'm motivated by the highest being, and she guides me in my quest. I'm dedicated to you children here. I don't ever need to rest. I am Mother Africa, the start of all you know. Descending from the loins of Shem, I got that Cushite glow, but they called us Ethiopians when they came to pillage and plunder. They tried to induct my Egyptian cousins in the war to bring us under. But my uncle Saul was a king in Egypt for half a century, more powerful than the young King Tut and my sister Nefertiti. Together we have built the Sphinx, the pyramids, and more. And now they're sending my sons right back home for war. Peace be still were the words I heard as I watched my children taken. And it was those words of comfort that stopped my brain from aching as slave ships came and snatched my children as if they had no home. So I followed in a rowboat camouflaged by their ship's foam. I was screaming at the top of my lungs. My voice was pierced with pain. I said, "Hey, you got my kings and queens," but my words were said in vain. So across the Atlantic I rode in agony to get my children back. My arms never did get sore, and I'll never give up the slack. It has been at least 400 years since I caught that shit. But once I finally took hold, they could not loosen my grip. I was furious from having to lift my children from the sea, tossed out for sharks to devour. It was mutiny aboard that vessel, bloody hour after hour. But my children and I recaptured that ship, and we headed back down now. Oh yeah, we celebrated victory, but not one of us cracked a smile. The Amistad went back with that load, and I headed back out across the ocean. I know about all this stuff going on, and I'm out to stop that motion. Deep in the heart of Dixieland, I threw my anchor and I walked ashore. Oh yeah, I had one victory, but daily I searched for more. I whispered through those willow trees, all covered in Spanish moss. Denmark Vesey answered me, so he was appointed boss of all the slave uprisings back in South Carolina. A few more years would pass by before I'd find Nat Turner. So I became one with the earth again and was the Underground Railroad that caressed the feet of Harriet Tubman and convinced her to continue saving those who found themselves inside the slavery venue. All right. I jumped aboard Jim Crow railroad cars and drove them all across the states. I was with the Scottsboro boys when they caught their case. We oh, chopped down those strange fruits, and they were properly replanted. When that harvest grew back in, the odds were truly slanted. I was Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X as well. I was with Mandela when they sentenced him to jail. Marcus Garvey dined with me before they did him in. Huey Newton and Bobby Seale were two of my best men. South Africa, that's my backyard. The highways have slowed me down. I didn't know what they were doing over there until I got back in town. They have taken all my gold, my diamonds, my coltan, my oil, and even my respect. So now we wage a righteous war. We're going to get this back in check. Part 1. Peace. That's enough.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I know it was a little hard on your voice and stuff. I see what you're going through. But just the fact that you're doing it for the love, yo man, blessings to you.
Thank
Blessings.
you.
Thank you again,
Thank you.
Africans. We're just gonna keep it going with Kwesi. Kwesi jump in with a poem. Bless us.
Baba
Bless
tree.
the site.
This is called Baba tree. I came with my brains banged out, raging epithets in lost tongues. Spent 500 years crying tears in a language that my gods could not understand. So I went shifting through the bones of griots, buried in Baba trees. I'm searching for secret wisdom, wise enough to withstand the hottest hordes standing on the shores of Babylon. Malcolm was right. We left our brains in Africa. There is no peace in still water, not when Amadou Jallo lies dead with 41 bullets dancing in his body and the Just Us system screams justifiable homicide. Meanwhile, the clock creeps on the moor, declaring another hour in the final solution, a perfect preamble into President Chickenhead's renewed bombing of sand niggas in the name of Gulf, Exxon, and Mobil. And in Serekunda, Gambia, Dakar, Senegal, Hartford, Connecticut, Kingston, Jamaica, the eyes of black children ask me, black men, what are you going to do about it? Them belly full, for me hungry. The Baba tree speaks. The first words of every revolutionary from Malcolm to Jesus is, forget you. I want no part of the plundering of the planet in the name of God, free enterprise, manifest destiny or progress, or any other make-believe you Christian capitalist criminals can come up with. So I sit here by the Baba tree, shifting through the bones of Malcolm, Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth, Queen Ya Asantewa, Ala Joda, and my mother, your mother, and every black woman who has ever held a black child close to breast. Because it's black women who remember the secret songs and secret languages, black women who refuse to speak French or Jola. They greet me in the marketplaces and compounds in Jola, Wolof, Mandinka, Fula, Ga, Twi, Nangadef, Abaraka. And once again, I'm reminded of something Garvey said. They may kill the lion, but the cubs are rounding around free.
Heard from the
Sweet.
Baobab
Yes,
tree.
yes, yes.
Speak on it.
Give thanks. Love it, love it. Yeah,
Sweet.
man. Antonia,
Yeah, man.
again with a fire, or whatever you choose to give us.
Too much.
Yeah, my poem would be for my mother because yesterday was her birthday. So I'm just bigging her up, every chance I get. So big up my mother, Triflin Williams. Enough love and respect. And it's just love and appreciation, for the black mother and what she has to go through. So for my mom. Mommy, you're my empress. No other could have ever be the best. Can't trade you because you're priceless. Mommy, don't you know say your womb is blessed? Mommy, why you're facing your adversaries? I know there are many memories. All those pain you keep inside. those emotions that you hide. Mommy, carry those burdens no more because your basket will overflow. Mommy, you never put me up for adoption or do abortion. In my lifetime, you show me so much affection, even if me can repeat part of the fraction. Mommy, you're the beginning and the ending of my story. When success reaches, I can't call it glory. All those years you're under pressure. No husband, no father, you had to work your finger. Mommy, when me have my big occupation, no more struggle, no more sufferation, because you build a strong foundation. That are my elevation. Mommy, me I go buy you the house, the land, everything upon you. Name brand. Me I give you hardcore. No pretty thing, the real thing. 3.5 years without light, water. As so much I did I suffer, but I never depart. You were always apart. Big up, mommy. Thank you.
Big up, mommy.
Yes, mothers, all mothers.
Yes, always, always the mother. Give thanks. Yeah, Ernel Grant.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
All right, all right. So now let's jump in. This was a poem that I wrote years back in regards to gun violence in Hartford, Connecticut. So I called it Gun Town. So let me just jump in it. Gun Town, Gun Town, Gun, 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 Gun Town. Hey yo, Hartford, New Haven, Kingston is a gun town, gun town, gun town. Yo, do you them are dead like flies and that no writing of the almighty eyes because projectiles, yo, projectiles with true flesh, injuring, maiming, and ending lives. Do you them are going and say them a star in a tombstone or gunfight at the OK Corral? But you're another black man 6 feet under instead of being home in his family singing Christmas carol. So Hartford, New Haven, Kingston is a gun town, gun town, gun town. Yo, they be saying, yo, I gotta mow you the hell down because you disrespect me. And you look too hard at me. You stepped on my sneakers. You own me. And you look like the dude who tried to rob me. So, gun town, gun town. Yo, I gotta put a hole in your crown. Don't be trying to sell on my block, you clown. Because you're rolling with wusses. So I'll wet that body up if you even frown. And I'm coming through blasting. Yeah, I'm coming through blasting first and asking questions later. So you better duck down, hit the ground, duck down. Yo, I don't care if you're Peter, Paul, Luke, or John. You said the wrong thing with your mouth and I did. Because Field Crew is no threat. So, hey boy, oh yeah, going like say you're bad, so. Mr. Oh yeah, going like say you're bad, so. You see me? Yo, me don't give up if me shoot or stop you because this is Gun Town, gun town. Yeah, peace and blessings, y'all.
Book. Yeah. Good job right now.
Thank
Good sound. Good sound. Yes.
Yeah, man.
Same way, and it hasn't changed.
It- it-
It's just that from where here, COVID is more news.
you know,
COVID
15
More
years later,
gun.
it's like,
more
wow.
sellable than Town. What did I say?
15 years later, and it's like, wow,
Yeah,
still doing the same thing.
Town, Gun Town. So we're gonna keep it moving because our time is short, and we're going to ask the next host, the co-host Barrington, to give us a piece.
Okay. Yeah, nice one. That one reminded me of old Virgin name from Tivoli. That point I was on. Virgin from Tivoli, man. Coconut man, Native James. That one reminded me of Native James a while ago. Yes, I. And forgive me, I don't charge Antonia, but I believe Kwesi Akosa, he really have some radical meditation. You see me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So let me use my 2 minutes. Or I don't know. Let me just try and split these two. Strike a balance. So I'm going to go with this one that was written the 19th of October, 2019. What have I done? What have I done? It's called Have I. What have I done? Have I unlocked the door of abundant love and joy? Have I? Have I? Have I unlocked frequencies that such blessings and peace seem to be flowing like a river that's flowing and never runs dry? Have I? Have I unlocked brainwaves that are connected to the source of life, from the depths to the heights? Have I? I have. I have. I truly now have joy. I have freed my mind and heart and soul from the grips of hatred and revenge, cleansed and renewed, cut loose from the bondage and chains and shackles of fear. I have access to wisdom, truth, I self, on a level I wouldn't have imagined. I have risen from the ashes like smoke or like air, refusing to be trapped or stopped. I have found myself again. I can hear my inner voice amidst the confusion and all the noise. I have, and so I give thanks. Objective. What is your objective? What is your objective? Is your objective connected to the intention to let me feel subjected to the subhuman, inhuman treatment permitted and perpetuated by a few who feels there is no one they will have to answer to? Maintaining and sustaining a systematic brain drain, is that your aim? What is your objective? Are you trying to keep me on a path that is rugged and rocky, which might not necessarily be mine, but that's the one that was selected since I claim affiliation to the people who are rejected? Do you make me upset, then calm me down so you can seem like a comforter? Would you make me sick, then medicate me, thus appearing like a savior? Giving a band-aid to put on an open heart surgery, constructing destruction to make a profit from the money you've invested? What's your objective? Are you just trying to create an impression to let me think you have compassion when the care you express is way less than the value you put on your new shoe from Payless? What is your objective? Do you take time to know thyself? Have you identified your purpose, and are you striving to fulfill purpose while you live? In this life form, in this time and space, blazing new path are coming forth with the button, the torch, the light, brightening perspective, impacting, influencing positively by simply being. Get on and stay on a mission to manifest your best self. Then again, one can always better their best. So what I'm talking is constant progress. Setting standards, raising standards, living, learning, growing, applying what you've learned. Care, share, love, full joy process. Live up and speak your truth, Jayut. That's the real way. Yeah, tell it to the world, beautiful girl. It's your story. You know the experiences from the sadness, the bitterness, to the glory. What is your objective? So those are two of my latest poems. Give thanks. You can check out my book of poems on Amazon. It's called My Poems by Barrington. You can get that on Amazon. The name is Barrington Mitchell on Facebook. WhatsApp is 876-849-4725. You can contact me on WhatsApp or connect to Life Circle Poets. You know what I mean? And you have the connection. Enough love to everyone tuning in. Thank you very much for your time and the energy. Thanks to the poets. Perfect love. I think I'm talking too much now. Jamaica Time. Enough love.
Everyone.
Come on, Jamaica. Good job.
I do want to do one little quick piece. Just a quick share, cause you know, it's Life Circle Poets, and I'm here. So my piece is called
What do you think, girl?
It's Ghetto Living. So hold this. Kingston 13. Out of you rise up a black poetry queen. Jamaica Green, Kid John is seen. Yeah. Hey. Cause living in the ghetto just ain't easy, you know, no. The life in the ghetto, I got the bruises and the scars to show. Living in the ghetto just ain't easy, you know, no. The life in the ghetto, but out of the concrete, the rose is gonna grow, cause it's just another day in my neighborhood. Some of my neighbors in the hood up to no good. It's just another day on the street. She's neat and sweet, ready to lay some meat for some food to eat and some shoes on her feet. She says, hey baby, got the cash. You know I got the pass to make your heart beat fast. Fast. She's only 18. How long she gonna last? Cause she's living in the ghetto. And it ain't easy, you know, no. The life in the ghetto. He's got the bruises and the scars to show. Living in the ghetto just ain't easy, you know, no. The life in the ghetto. But out of the concrete, the sour stuff is gonna grow, cause it's just another day on my block. Around the drug man, I see the zombies and my flock, trading their souls for heroin and crack. The shadow government invest enough stock. A tick a tack and a brag a dag. Bullets fly from M16 and Glock. Yo, get out the ghetto quick stand. Go to the country, farm some land, the hourglass to clear the sand. Yeah. He wants to be the leader in a band, a reggae band. You get me, man, you overstand. Cause living in the ghetto just ain't easy, you know, no. The life in the ghetto, sure. That's how we do it. Yeah. This is another poet.
Nice. I love it. Music and everything. Good job.
Yes. Thanks for everyone who has been here. Kwesi, African,
Thanks for having us.
Antonia, Barrington, and myself. Thank you so much for listening. I know that you know we all learned something today. I thank you for your energy. Blessed Lord. Thank you. Yeah.
All right.
No doubt. And if you guys wouldn't mind tuning in tomorrow night from 8 until 10 or so Eastern Standard Time. So that's 7 o'clock for you Jamaican folks. tune in. Poets Realm is going to be a showcase of different artists, and it's just a vibe for 2 hours. Poets, MCs, singers, comedians, and so forth. Visual artists and such. So it's going to be a nice time. A blend of folks coming from all over the country, and this is the good thing about the internet, and being able to chill with folks in Jamaica today, England tomorrow and such. So it's a wonderful thing. Big ups to all the artists tonight. It was a wonderful showcase. I enjoyed hearing your stories and sharing a part of you with us, and little contribution back myself. I'm talking to death, but tune in tomorrow. Check me out, Poets Realm. Enough love, sis. Enough love, Barrington. Enough love, all.
Enough love, everyone. I must say a
Right.
special, heartfelt love to Empress Kiss, because
Oh man, thanks.
yeah,
Thanks
man,
for having me.
I know I pulled you out. I had to pull her out, man, and she was like, anyone, just for you, you alone. And I appreciate that, and I appreciate that you came out and shared this, and that the world has gotten a chance to hear you and feel your pain and feel your joy and your successes. Okay. And then personally to
Thank
Quincy, the love that we have runs so deep. I saw you grab your djembe earlier, and it brought me back to many days of poetry when I had no accompaniment, and Kwesi would just grab his drum, and just, fall in sync with me. And for those days and those times, I love you. I will always love you. And then for the days to come, more strength, more love.
Thanks.
Listen, Antonia, you renewed my faith in the youth.
Fire,
Yeah, man.
Antonia.
We don't have nothing to worry about. I'm electing you for prime minister. Where the prime minister? Option of that was Empress. What's her name? Empress Black. Yeah. So you are vice prime minister, whatever you call it, and prime minister, because the firework with the item will come with the insight. Oh, I love it. Thank you, Barrington. Any other words?
All right, I have to go now. I love you guys.
Words.
Thanks for having
Words.
me.
Love you.
Words.
Thank you.
Peace. All right.
Take care.
Peace